Hi, everybody. This is an overview of week 7. A lot of content this week. We've only got one more class week after this, and I want to cover a lot of things here. So don't be afraid to take some of this stuff and save it for later. Um, you know what the deliverables are. So anyway, I've got an article on React Routing 5.1, the latest release, and there's some subtle differences from the routers that were taught in the book, and I want you to take a good look at it because all of our work, all of our growth that went from props to state to routing, um, they all relate to the same thing: passing data in a precompiled website. So that said, it's important to understand how the changes are going to happen and understand that sometimes things will get deprecated. So I want you to take a look at the React router. It's not a long article. Video player component code. I've got this for to satisfy a student request, but I wanted to share it with everyone. And it's a plugin that allows you to have video players. So when you want certain things as you grow, and your tendency is going to be using traditional HTML5 video, and sometimes that doesn't play well with others in the React system. So there is an actual player component, and I want you to take a look at that. Now this is the completed CRUD project from the book. So if you've been following along or you want to do that for a final project, this is all the code from that from Zach's GitHub account. This right here is an article on deploying a React app. This is they're going to use Netlify the same way that chapter 11 of the or step 11 of the project does it. You may have noticed we didn't do the last two steps, the refactoring and the deploying a React app. Here's an article for it. Feel free to go forward with that if you want to refactor. The refactoring version is actually in the completed CRUD project as well. But we're moving on to MERNstack, which is basically having a backend solution within JavaScript with a local server. So with MERNstack, you may have heard of MeanStack. That would be with Angular. We're going to need to learn some new technologies, and that is Mongo. This is your new database. This is how the MERNstack saves data, and Mongo is the database for that. Now here is a special thing, because there's a lot of links for installing Mongo, and some of them aren't accurate. So I'm giving this to you to avoid any pitfalls as you go forward. Okay, and this will tell you exactly how to install Mongo on a Mac and a PC. Next is a 4-step tutorial that does not take a lot of time. If you put 2 hours in this, you'll increase your earning potential by quite a bit once you see the big scope of things. So there's setting up the project, setting up the backend, connecting the front end of the backend, and finishing the application. It's the CRUD without Firebase that we did in React. So I want you to really take a good look at this because he's got a great video. He gives you source code, everything you need to get this done. And if you follow step by step by step, you're going to love it because it's a whole new way of looking at things. Okay, it should be a review after for all the React stuff that we've done. So please take a try. This doesn't have to be this week. It can be a week after the quarter ends. Okay, but that is the 4th thing. Now I've also placed the final React project here, which you should be working on earlier this week. Your homework should have told me what it's going to be, whether it's an API or whether the CRUD app is what's going to happen. So I'll give you some feedback in the grading, but these are the requirements right here. I want it to be aesthetically pleasing. Now what's happening next week? Well, next week is our last week, and I'm going to cover Angular. Of course, I'm not going to go in depth the way I did on React. There's no way to do that in an 8-week course, but I'm also going to show you Vue.js. Okay, so we'll do Angular, and you'll draw some comparisons to what React is compared to Angular, and then we'll show you Vue. They're all similar, yet different. And that's it. So have a great week, and don't hesitate to reach out.